It began with an all-Andretti Autosport Racing front row. Marco Andretti on the pole, hoping his home track would produce his third career win. Green flag waves for the first time at Pocono since '89, and it all went south so quickly for Hinch. Caught out going into turn one. Cold tires, Sam?
Cold tires, and also a little bit high in the groove right there. If the car moves at all, you're in the gray and you don't have any time to catch it.
He was limping out of the car, but it turns out Hinch is okay. Now, his teammate Marco was dominant from the start, as he was all weekend, basically leading over half the race. Lap 62, reigning series champ Ryan Hunter-Reay running second, heads for his pit, gets run over by Takuma Sato, just too fast entering.
Sato just ran into me. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. I couldn't believe it. What an idiot.
Well, RHR was pulled to the garage. He rejoined later, but then parked 20th place at the finish.
Scott Dixon was one of those cars that could move up through traffic, and with the pit strategy and the fuel mileage that the Hondas were able to get, it just kept them out front and in the lead.
Indy 500 winner Tony Kanaan, looking to add the second jewel in the Triple Crown, gobbled up the gap to Dixon and made this move for the lead, but the result was contact. Watch this. TK pranged his front wing on Dixon's car. He'd have to come in a few laps later for a change, dropping into a 13th place finish. A heartbreaking afternoon also for Marco Andretti. After leading 88 laps, here he is dropping to 9th, having to save fuel just to make the flag. Meanwhile, up front, Scott Dixon dominated the last half of the race with his Ganassi teammates behind him in second and third. The first time ever Chip Ganassi Racing finished 1, 2, 3. Kimball and Franchitti behind winner Dixon.
Yeah, I think that was my first comment to Chip. It was the first person I spoke to when I got out of the car, and I said this morning I didn't think we'd be sitting here. So, you know, it was a combination of many things. You know, Honda obviously got to give them credit for getting the fuel mileage. I think that was the biggest thing. We were able to run full fuel the whole time and still go laps longer than Chevy. So I love this place, man. It's a wild ride. You know, turn 1 and obviously turn 3 are very different, and you know, just excited to be in a place where there were so many fans out here today, fans that respect our sport and love our sport, and I can't wait to come back next year.
What a season. Dixon becomes the 8th different winner in 11 races thus far this year. Kimball and Franchitti make it a sweep of the top 3, as I mentioned, the 100th win for a Ganassi team with Target store sponsorship, and Honda's 200th IndyCar victory.
My former teammate Elio was pretty quiet on track. He finished 8th, but holds on to the point lead. It was a nice job by Justin Wilson. Started in 22nd, was able to come home 7th today.
Marco managed to nurse his fuel to the end only just. He finished 10th. Afterwards said he was just gutted by the result. Not so the Ganassi boys.
We definitely knew we had it. The Honda guys at HPD have been working really, really hard. You know, we had the same horsepower and we were using less fuel to do it, so we sort of knew how the race was developing. And you know, the Novo Nordisk Chip Ganassi Racing guys did a great job in the pits. The whole Chip Ganassi Racing team has been strong all day, and you know, that's what when it counted, we had it to go play with.
We went with a very aggressive setup, very little downforce, so I couldn't get so close to people in traffic, but when I could get some kind of gap, I could run some fast laps. But you know, the good thing is, I mean, the Honda today, you know, we're still not where we need to be with horsepower, but it's so good on fuel mileage, and that really helped us. And you know, a 1, 2, 3 for Chip, and he's a bit happier than he's been of late, so we'll take that.
I saw all those guys change the engine, so I knew that they had something up their sleeve. And they've closed the gap. Like, obviously they're right there with us now. So yeah, man, I mean, that was a physical race. I kind of screwed myself there trying to get Charlie and lost 3 positions, but I got a boost penalty pulling out. So yeah, good day, another good oval result, and now we've got a few road and street courses coming up.